Part 3. Super God Undead Lord. Author, B.A. Wang Shi-san. Chapter 21. A dazzling golden light flashed, and the golden skeleton king stood up tremblingly. It is only 1.6 meters tall and is made entirely of gold. It is extremely noble and powerful. It also wears a crown on its head, which makes it even more majestic. It opened its mouth slightly, and a stream of white air that was visible to the naked eye spurted out from its mouth. Then its upper and lower jaws came together, and it made a low and vicissitudes of voice, who gave me life? Lord, you can speak human words. It's me. Yang Tian's smile became arrogant. Oh, thank you, my great master. The skeleton king turned around and looked at Yang Tian, nodding slightly with respect on his face. The skeleton king called him master, and Yang Tian felt a little excited. Having a lord-level servant in the early stage was definitely something to be proud of. Holding back his excitement, Yang Tian began to check the attributes of the skeleton king. Golden skeleton king, Lord. Grade 1. HP 10,000/10,000. Physical attack, 250-300. Skill, Bash. Lord talent, Majesty, monsters within, level of the Golden Skeleton King and level 10, will have all attributes reduced by 20%. For elites and above, the majestic effect is weakened. For lords and above, they are immune. Order, the majesty of the Golden Skeleton King is doubled against skeleton-type monsters. Oh, you have 10,000 life points at level 1? That's a bit impressive. Yang Tian smiled happily and patted the skeleton king on the shoulder with satisfaction. He thought to himself, a lord is a lord, he is really awesome. Come on, follow me in. Yang Tian greeted, leading the skeleton king into Master Mo Fan's courtyard. As for the two skeleton men, the moment they saw the skeleton king, they trembled all over and quickly knelt down in front of the skeleton king to express their worship and respect for the king. In fact, this is also one of the secret cards of the hidden mission. Only players who own the Golden Skeleton King are qualified to enter the courtyard and meet Master Mo Fan. Master Mo Fan's courtyard is also elegant. It is planted with various exotic flowers, and the birds are singing and the flowers are fragrant. It makes people feel relaxed and happy as soon as they walk in. There is a big tree as thick as a millstone in the yard. Its branches are thick and leafy, blocking a large amount of sunlight. There is a stone table under the tree, and the sunlight passes through the leaves, leaving mottled light and shadow on the stone table. The old Master Mo Fan sat in front of the stone table. A strong skeleton next to him helped him get a cup of hot tea. He took a sip, closed his eyes and shook his head to taste it carefully, with endless aftertaste. Grandmaster. Yang Tian had just walked into the yard with the skeleton king when he saw the old face of Master Mo Fan under the tree and couldn't help shouting loudly. His shout made Master Mo Fan's hands tremble, and the hot tea in the cup splashed out, penetrated the black robe, and made his wrists ache. What happened? I have already told the two skeleton men that no one except a strong man with the Golden Skeleton King can enter. Could it be? Master Mo Fan felt a chill in his heart, and quickly turned his head to look towards Yang Tian. When he saw the skeleton king behind Yang Tian, he quickly covered his heart with his hand, almost losing his breath because of the excitement. I saw that the skeleton king's entire body was made of gold and was full of noble aura. Especially on the top of the head, the crown that symbolizes the identity of the skeleton king enhances its noble temperament by more than 10%. Yes, this is the Golden Skeleton King. Little Muddy Waters, you really did not disappoint me. Master Mo Fan's face turned red with excitement. He stood up and walked towards Yang Tian and the Skeleton King with the strong skeleton. He didn't even dare to get close to the Skeleton King, he just walked around it and observed it carefully. After a full minute, he said with some embarrassment, "Kid Muddy Waters, can I touch it? Please." Yang Tian rolled his eyes. After Master Mo Fan received the affirmation, he became more and more excited. He rubbed his hands vigorously and touched the Skeleton King. The Skeleton King was arrogant and noble, and did not want to be touched by the old man. It turned around several times, leaving Master Mo-Fan empty-handed. After several misses, Master Mo-Fan became more and more excited. His heart was like a young man who was in love and wanted to break out of love. He couldn't stop being provoked by the beauty who resisted but still welcomed her. Of course, Master Mo-Fan is an old man who has lived for most of his life and is about to be laid to rest. He is naturally much more reserved than a young boy. That's all. If I can see the Golden Skeleton King with my own eyes in my lifetime, I will die with no regrets. Little Muddy Waters, thank you for fulfilling my wish in this life. Now I will give you a reward. Master Mo-Fan waved his hand. He said boldly. Ding dong. Congratulations on completing the S-level hidden mission, Golden Skeleton King. You will receive rewards, add 10,000 experience points, 10 gold coins, Master Mo-Fan's discarded bone staff 1, and LV5 skeleton captain 1. As the system prompt sounded in Yang Tian's ear, he saw that the strong skeleton standing next to Master Mo-Fan suddenly turned into a white light, poured into Yang Tian's body, and occupied a space in Yang Tian's pet column. It turns out that the strong skeleton is Captain Skeleton. Compared with the skeleton captain in the ruins of the Skeleton King, it just has no weapons and equipment and no cape on its back. Of course, this level 5 skeleton captain is not a pet, but a servant of Yang Tian just like the Skeleton King. After receiving a generous reward, Yang Tian was overjoyed and quickly began to check the reward content. Master Mo-Fan's abandoned bone staff, golden equipment. Level 5. Physical attack power at 1015. Magic attack power at 81109. Additional attributes, intelligence add 50. Additional attributes, spirit add 50. Additional attributes, dark attribute enhancement add 10. Additional attribute, dark attribute resistance add 50. Additional attribute, summon skeleton warrior plus LV1. Skeleton captain, elite. Level 5. HP, 2500/2500. Physical attack power, 159-190. Skills, heavy hit, continuous slash. The so-called golden equipment is not all made of gold. Gold equipment is just a term that indicates quality. Just like Master Mo-Fan's abandoned bone staff, although the entire body is made of bones, it is an out-and-out golden equipment with very powerful properties. Now that he has obtained the golden staff and the level 5 skeleton captain, Yang Tian's strength has skyrocketed again. Muddy Waters, ID. Occupation, Necromancer. Warzone, China. Title, None. Level, 7. HP, 110/110. MP, 2022/2022. Stamina, 11. Spirit, 200. Strength, 8. Intelligence, 265, Mana Conversion Ring, 10 points of MP simultaneously increase 1 point of intelligence. Agility, 11. Asterisk magic attack power, 346-374. Physical attack power, 1722. Fire attribute enhancement 0, fire attribute resistance 0. Ice attribute enhancement 0, ice attribute resistance 0. Light attribute enhancement 0, light attribute resistance -20. Asterisk dark attribute enhancement 11, dark attribute resistance 70. Professional characteristics, light attribute resistance -20, dark attribute resistance add 20. Skills, LV4 summon skeleton warrior, LV1 summon wraith, LV1 bone spear, LV1 summon skeleton mage, LV1 ghost hand, LV1 damage amplification. Special skill, skeleton making technique. Super God Undead Lord. Author, B.A. Wang Shi-san. Chapter 22. Yang Tian's current attributes are so strong that they are a bit abnormal. Because of the magic energy conversion ring, he didn't deliberately accumulate intelligence at all, but his intelligence was very high, and his magic attack naturally became higher. There is no doubt that this ring is the artifact that all mages dream of. When Yang Tian gets it, he will gain a lot of energy and MP, and his intelligence and magic attack will also increase accordingly. Magic attack 346-374. At this stage, if an elemental mage has such a magical attack, any fireball, ice bullet, wind blade, or ground stab can easily kill someone. It's a pity that among the skills that Yang Tian currently possesses, he only has the bone spear to eat magic attack, which is a bit embarrassing. But Yang Tian doesn't care. At this stage, he has enough MP and summoning skeletons is enough to deal with many things. What's more, he also has a skeleton king and a level 5 skeleton captain. This hidden mission rewards a golden staff and a level 5 skeleton captain, which also improves Yang Tian's strength a lot. But Yang Tian knew that this task was just a preliminary task, and there was a hidden task behind it. If he completes that hidden mission, he can change his profession from Necromancer to Lord of the Undead. Sure enough, Master Mo Fan quickly said, "Muddy Waters, go ahead and come to me after your skeleton king reaches level 10. Then I want to see your strength." "Okay," Yang Tian responded, turned around and strode away. Except for Master Mo Fan's yard, Yang Tian was not in a hurry to go out and upgrade, but opened the auction house. The mission just now rewarded him with 10 gold coins, which was 1,000 silver coins. He could buy some things again. Captain Skeleton has 2 skills, heavy attack and continuous slash, which cannot be released without weapons. Yang Tian bought a weapon for it, a level 5 white giant sword. It cost 180 copper coins. As for the Skeleton King, Yang Tian bought him a lot of things, including a black cloak, trousers, belt, and shoes. Although they are all garbage white clothes, after Skeleton King puts them on, the golden light all over his body has been restrained. Just looking at the appearance, it is difficult to tell that it is a skeleton. Yang Tian didn't buy them much good equipment because their existing attributes were already very powerful. Especially for the Skeleton King, Yang Tian didn't even buy a weapon for him. Because Skeleton King Slam can be released without using a weapon. After buying a few pieces of junk equipment, Yang Tian only spent a few silver coins in total, and he used the rest for himself. He didn't need to buy equipment for the time being, so he bought gem fragments, a total of 4 level 2 low-level dark gem fragments and 5 level 5 low-level energy gem fragments. Yang Tian himself owns 1 low-level dark gem fragment and 5 gem fragments with the same name and level, which can be synthesized into a complete gem. Synthesis. Low-level dark gem, bronze. Level 2. Dark attribute enhancement add 5. Dark attribute resistance add 30. Low-level energy gem, bronze. Level 5. Spirit add 30. MP add 200. Additional attributes, recover 65 MP points per minute. At this stage, Yang Tian's HP is only 110 points, but his MP is as high as more than 2,000 points. Low-level spring water cannot recover at all. But now Yang Tian's level is not enough, so he can only use low-level spring water. But now Yang Tian has this low-level energy gem of level 5, which can restore 65 MP points per minute, which is pretty good. In an instant, Yang Tian spent more than 800 silver coins and only had more than 100 silver coins on hand. This was like spending money like water. Of course, it's not Yang Tian's fault. In fact, in the early stages of the game, the sales of various items were very shady, so money was not allowed. There was only more than 100 silver left, which was only enough to buy a fragment. Yang Tian almost clicked on the skill column. After a few brushes, he didn't expect that he actually gained something. TP Bone Spear, level 5 rare skill of the Necromancer, priced at 130 silver coins. The so-called TP skills are strengthening skills. The TP Bone Spear is an enhanced version of the Bone Spear. Currently, there is only one TP Bone Spear in the entire auction house, priced at 130 silver coins. Yang Tian saw that the money in his hand was just enough, and he immediately bought it. Taking out the skill book from the mailbox, Yang Tian clapped his hands and started learning. TP Bone Spear, LV1 active skill, instantaneous, consumes 80 MP points, releases sharp bone spear to strike the enemy, causing 220% magic damage, dark attribute attack skill cooldown time, 8 seconds. It's cool, Yang Tian laughed, knowing that he got a bargain. At this stage, necromancers are still a very popular profession, but most of them are rookies. They are extremely short of MP and are still trying to find ways to accumulate MP. Most necromancers mainly follow the summoning style, and they don't pay much attention to output skills. This led to the fact that the TP Bone Spear was obviously a rare skill, but the seller only sold it for 130 silver coins, which was really cheap. Yang Tian's magic attack is now off the charts, and he happens to be extremely lacking in output skills. It's so cool. Now I have my Bone Spear in seconds, my TP Bone Spear in seconds, plus the skeletons, whoever stands in my way will die. Yang Tian smiled wildly and strode towards the outside of the village. Now everything is ready to start the crazy upgrade. Passing by the village chief again, Yang Tian handed in the 2 junk tasks that had been completed long ago and gained some experience points and copper coins. The village chief wanted to say something else, and it seemed that he had another task to give to Yang Tian, but Yang Tian turned around and left. Just kidding, now that I can upgrade by crushing others, do I still need to do those rubbish tasks? Of course, if it is a hidden task, Yang Tian is still willing to do it. But the old village chief doesn't have any hidden tasks, so I can only apologize. Rushing out of the village, Yang Tian quickly came to the monster area of level 3 skeletons and skeleton soldiers. Just as he was about to go to the hidden map to upgrade monsters, Yang Tian found that he was being targeted by a group of people. One of them Yang Tian knew, it was the sharp knife. Boss, it was him who exploded my black iron dagger. There were about 10 people in that group, some holding knives, some holding sticks, and all kinds of professions. The leader had slightly curly medium-length black hair, about 25 or 26 years old, with a little stubble on his chin, and an arrogant look on his face. He was fully equipped, and his ID and level were boldly placed on his head. Black Knife, level 10 warrior. At this time, Xiao Dao Fengli was standing beside him, pointing at Yang Tian and saying angrily. Black Knife Alliance. Yang Tian smiled slightly. He still remembered that Xiao Dao Fengli kept saying that he was a member of the Black Knife Alliance. Hee, kid, you have a good eye. You actually know the existence of our Black Knife Alliance. I still appreciate this. It's a pity that you touched my brother, then there is nothing I can do. As He Dao spoke, his eyes gradually became sharp. He waved his hand and shouted, brothers, kill him for me. Oh! All the brothers roared in unison and rushed towards Yang Tian. Yang Tian smiled and began to chant. 1 second later, a black magic circle appeared at his feet with a Duan sound. Immediately, 3 level 7 skeleton warriors crawled out of the magic circle and blocked Yang Tian. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Super God Undead Lord. Author, B.A. Wang Shi-san. Chapter 23. Yang Tian upgraded Summoning Skeleton Warrior to LV2, using skill points to increase it by 1 level, and because of the Golden Staff Master Mo Fan's abandoned Bone Staff, the skill was increased by 1 level, making it LV4. LV3 Summon Skeleton Warrior can only summon up to 3 Skeleton Warriors. LV4's Summon Skeleton Warrior can only summon up to 3 Skeleton Warriors, but its attributes are slightly higher. While Yang Tian summoned the Skeleton Warriors, he also released the Skeleton Captain. The Skeleton Captain looks similar to the Skeleton Warrior, except that it is stronger and the bones on its body are brighter. However, the level 5 white giant sword in its hand looks a bit strange. However, Hideo, Xiodeo Sharp and others didn't know much about the Necromancer. They didn't think it was strange when they saw Captain Skeleton. They thought that Captain Skeleton was just a summon from Yang Tian. But in this way, they thought that Yang Tian summoned 4 skeletons at once. Wow, this is a bit fierce. At least it shows that Yang Tian's MP is very abundant. And abundant MP proves that the equipment is good. It's just 4 skeletons. Why are you panicking? Give me a beating, Black Sword shouted from behind. Hearing this, everyone immediately began to attack fiercely. Several professional warriors, swordsmen, and knights in the front row slashed at the skeleton with their swords, causing sparks to fly. The mages and archers in the back row use instant magic skills, or draw bows and shoot arrows to attack the skeletons. It's a pity that their damage is too low. Most of them can only deal more than 100 damage. Even if they attack a skeleton warrior concentratedly, they may not be able to kill it, not to mention that they still output separately. In this way, 3 skeleton warriors and 1 skeleton captain shared the damage and were not seriously injured at all. Bone Spear. TP Bone Spear. 509. 998. With 2 swishing sounds, Yang Tian instantly activated 2 skills, knocking out 2 front row members in seconds. Come in. Cut the crispy skin. Yang Tian and the 2 of them instantly opened a gap in the front row and ordered to the 3 skeleton warriors. Hearing this, the 3 skeleton warriors immediately rushed into the enemy team and killed those squishy professions, causing the back row of the Black Sword Alliance to panic for a while. You must know that warrior-type career upgrades obtain free attribute points, mainly focusing on physical strength, and physical strength has a life bonus. In addition, warrior professions generally wear heavy armor, and light armor. These physical defenses are relatively high, and it is easy to produce MTS, main tanks, the main bearers of monster hatred, with high defense and thick blood. As for crispy professions such as mages and archers, they generally do not add physical strength, wear leather armor or cloth armor, and do not have much physical defense, so they are weak against low health, that is, crispy professions. At this stage, they are just like Yang Tian, with only a little over 100 HP and low defense. I am afraid they cannot withstand a blow from the skeleton warrior. When they saw 3 skeleton warriors coming in, they naturally started to panic. As for Captain Skeleton, Yang Tian did not let him rush in. Captain Skeleton has very high attributes and is very strong. He can stay and kill the front row. Captain Skeleton did not disappoint Yang Tian. He immediately raised his giant sword and slashed at a warrior's face. Blow. 320. Huge damage appeared, and the warrior was stunned. He only had a total of 380 HP, and more than half of it was cut off at once. He was even more confused in his heart. My God, is the skeleton warrior really so ferocious? The damage deepens. 160. Yang Tian snapped his fingers coolly, and saw the wound on the guy's face instantly expanded. Before he could fight back at the skeleton captain, it was repaired by Yang Tian. The skeleton captain's reaction was very fast, far beyond that of the skeleton warrior. When it saw the target disappear, it immediately turned around and slashed at another front row. Continuous chop. 185. 192. With 2 swipes, he instantly killed the man in the front row. Until his death, he couldn't believe that the skeleton warrior was so ferocious. Little did he know that the one who hacked him to death was not the skeleton warrior at all, but the skeleton captain. Level 5 elite monster. In just one round, the front row of the Black Knife Alliance collapsed, and the few crispy back rows obviously couldn't hold on for long under the threat of 3 skeleton warriors. This situation shocked Black Knife. I saw his pair of thick eyebrows wrinkled like mountains, turned his head suddenly, and yelled at the sharp knife, didn't you say that you were careless and that's why you were killed by that guy? Now it seems, their strength is far superior to yours. Being scolded by the boss, Xiaodao Sharp's face turned red and he looked ashamed. The reason why he said he was accidentally killed by Yang Tian was because he wanted to save a little face. Now that he was exposed, he naturally felt blushing and ashamed. Boss, it's too late to say anything now. He killed so many of our brothers, and we want revenge. Moreover, that guy's equipment must be very good. Killing him and releasing 1 or 2 pieces of equipment can also restore a little bit of the damage. Xiao Daolai said bitterly. Nonsense. Once we take action, do we have a way out? Come on, Hideo cursed angrily, and rushed towards Yang Tian with Xiaodao Sharp, who even entered the stealth state. Stealth, instantly cast, making yourself invisible within 300 seconds. In the invisible state, your movement speed is halved. In addition, after the player enters the attack state, it is cancelled from the stealth state. Similarly, stealth cannot be used when in an attack state. The so-called attack state means that players will enter the attack state whether they are actively attacking or being attacked. After leaving the battle for 5 seconds, the attack state will be cancelled. Obviously, stealth is a very disgusting skill. A thief or assassin with stealth can take the initiative in many occasions. If it is a warrior player, thieves and assassins are still a little afraid. After all, if the enemy is very strong, they may not be able to take it away with one set. And if it is a fragile player like a mage, a priest, or an archer, thieves and assassins can be very arrogant. Because they can basically kill the fragile with one set of output. Thieves and assassins are the nemesis of fragile professions, which is the experience summed up by the old birds of the past generations of games. Seeing that Xiaodao Fengli disappeared with stealth, even Yang Tian's face became slightly solemn at this moment. Yang Tian now has only 110 HP and his physical defense is not high. Not to mention a set of output, Xiaodao Fengli can easily kill him with just one skill. Because of this, Yang Tian had to take it seriously. But no matter how serious he is, Yang Tian, as a god-level assassin, can be said to be the ancestor of sharp knives, so he is naturally not afraid of sharp knives. He ordered the skeleton captain to face the black knife, and Yang Tian chanted on his own. After 1 second, he summoned the vengeful spirit and let it wander around him. You know, stealth also has its disadvantages, that is, in the invisible state, the movement speed is halved. Yang Tian is therefore sure that the sharp knife can't rush over so quickly. Asking for votes on Monday. In addition, you can now give rewards. Students with money can give 100 book coins to occupy a fan position. The main thing is recommendation votes. This thing is free. I hope everyone will support and vote more. Super God Undead Lord. Author, B.A. Wang Shi-san. Chapter 24. It's a resentful spirit possessing me again. But it's useless. I have the absolute initiative through stealth. I can kill this kid instantly with one move. What's the use of him summoning a resentful spirit? In the shadows, Xiaodao sharply stared at Yang Tian, curling up the corner of his mouth and revealing a cold smile. Stab. The sharp knife came 3 yards behind Yang Tian. A cold light flashed on the dagger, and it suddenly stabbed Yang Tian. He was so furious that he didn't notice that Yang Tian's ears were trembling slightly. At this time, Yang Tian's energy was extremely concentrated, and there were no distracting thoughts in his mind. He could even hear the slight sound of wind around him. Suddenly, Yang Tian felt a strong wind blowing from his back. He moved his body, and under Xiao Dao's shocked eyes, he took a step slightly out of the way in a strange way, causing Xiao Dao's sharp attack to miss. The sharp skill of the knife was released, hitting the air and causing a slight muffled sound. If the sharp knife didn't hit anyone, it would naturally not enter the attack state, and he would still be in the invisible state. But Yang Tian had locked his position at this time and kicked out like lightning. He failed to break through the defense and only dealt 1 point of forced damage, but he forced the knife out. You know, while sneaking, the movement speed of the sharp knife is halved. Now that Yang Tian forced him out, he returned to his peak speed. Does this seem like Yang Tian was a little unwise? In fact, it's not the case, because if Yang Tian doesn't force the knife sharpness out and the knife sharpness remains invisible, then he will always be passive, which will be even more troublesome. Boy, die, the sharpness of the knife was repeatedly frustrated in Yang Tian's hands. He gradually realized that Yang Tian was a master, which made him a little afraid. But his hatred for Yang Tian was even greater. He roared and rushed towards Yang Tian without thinking. Being so impulsive, he didn't even notice that the resentful spirit was moving. He took one step ahead of him and possessed him. Tisk, tisk, no one dares to be so arrogant now. Yang Tian smiled disdainfully, waited for a while, and after the bone spear cooled down, he immediately used the bone spear to take away the sharpness of the knife, and then turned to look at the fight with the skeleton captain. Black knife. The strength of the black sword is quite impressive. He is a level 10 warrior and his equipment is very complete. His attributes in all aspects are only slightly worse than Captain Skeleton, but in a real fight, he has the upper hand. After all, the player's wisdom must be higher than the skeleton. However, unlike Yang Tian's stance, Hideo was extremely shocked and fearful at this moment. This is not a skeleton warrior at all, but a skeleton captain, a level 5 elite monster. Muddy water, you can actually summon an elite monster. Do you have bronze equipment in your hand? A sword knocked the skeleton captain back a step, and the black knife he turned to Yang Tian and shouted. Bronze equipment corresponds to elite monsters, and some top-quality bronze equipment can indeed temporarily summon elite monsters to assist in combat. But he didn't know that Captain Skeleton was not a summoned object at all, but an eternal and real existence. Haha, so what if I have it? Can you kill me? Yang Tian sneered. This time, he took the initiative to kill, and he has become famous now. If he is killed, he will drop at least one piece of equipment, and there is even a chance that all the equipment in his body will be exploded. But how could he be killed? Wraith Spirit, charge forward. Yang Tian waved his hand. The resentful spirit received the order, let out a piercing scream, and flew toward the black knife with its floating body. Damn it, seeing the resentful spirit coming towards him, Hideo cursed. It would be difficult for him to deal with the skeleton captain alone. If the resentful spirit was added to the mix, he would definitely die. As soon as he thought about it, he turned around and ran away. Idiot, the possession skill of the resentful spirit has a full 5-second cooldown. I used the sharp knife before, but now you are so panicked. Yang Tian's mocking laughter sounded from behind, and Hideo's face suddenly became gloomy. He knew he had been tricked and ran away in anger. The black sword turned around angrily, but met the skeleton captain's slash with a swipe, and blood spattered. Of course, Taegzu can be set to hide blood, and even the pain can be adjusted, but Yang Tian didn't set it up. What he wanted was this real feeling. The damage deepens. Yang Tian immediately added another damage amplification, causing the black knife to receive 50% additional damage. In an instant, he only had a trace of residual health left. At this moment, Hideo finally panicked, completely lost his will to fight, turned around and ran away frantically. Run? It's too late to think of running now. Yang Tian smiled coldly, and when he saw the TP bone spear cooling down, he instantly killed the black knife. Those squishy players in the back row had long been hacked to death by 3 skeleton warriors, and the black knife was the one that held on the longest. Now that black sword is dead, the so-called Black Sword Alliance will be completely destroyed. Yang Tian really thought too highly of the Black Knife Alliance before. There were only a few people, so why call them the Black Knife Alliance? It would be more like calling them the Black Knife Team. System: you maliciously killed the player Black Knife, the crime value is add 1, and the current crime value is 10 points. System: congratulations on obtaining the title of villain. You can check it in the title book. Players with a red name are no longer malicious. A red name is evil. Whether it is an active or passive counterattack, as long as they kill people, their sin points will continue to increase. 1. Sin point: red name for 1 hour, and after being killed, imprisoned in the dungeon for 1 hour. If an ordinary player kills a red-named player, not only will his sin points not increase, but he will also get 1 honor point. Honor points can be used to cleanse sin points. 1 point of honor value can clean 1 point of sin points. Because of this, the red-named players are like rats crossing the street, and everyone wants to kill them. Especially after the red-named players are killed, at least one piece of equipment will be dropped, and there is even a chance that the whole set of equipment will be dropped, which makes them more likely to be targeted. Of course, Yang Tian was a god-level assassin in his previous life, and he had many enemies. Killing red-named players was a common occurrence. Now that he is a red-named player, he doesn't care. Anyway, he has gradually become stronger now, and I'm afraid no one in the entire Dark Moon village can be his opponent. Evil, Black Iron. Equipment type, title. Level 1. Physical attack power add 5. Magic attack power add 5. Click on the title book and find the evil title. Well, the attributes are very rubbish. The so-called title book is actually a book specifically used to store titles. There is a lot of space inside, page by page, and I don't know how many titles can be stored. There are 10 grids on the title book, and up to 10 titles can be placed. Putting a title into a grid will increase the attribute. In other words, players can wear up to 10 titles, and the attributes of all of them are superimposed, which is not to be underestimated. Especially for some high-level rare titles, the added attributes are very considerable. Of course, the 10 grids in the title book can also be expanded by doing corresponding tasks in the later stage. The player's equipment column, consumption column, material column, task column, pet column, gem slot, title grid, these can all be expanded as long as you have the ability. Super God Undead Lord. Author, B.A. Wang Shi-san. Chapter 25. As Hideo and others died, a lot of items were exposed, mostly copper coins, and a few junk materials. There was no weapon or equipment. Yang Tian patiently picked them up one by one, and then brushed skeletons and skeleton soldiers nearby. After the bodies of Hideo and others disappeared, he entered the hidden map. Yang Tian did not intend to tell outsiders about this hidden map, and as for enemies and enemies, it was even more impossible. System: you have discovered the ruins of the Skeleton King. When he came to the hidden map, Yang Tian finally released the Skeleton King and began to brush monsters and upgrade frantically. Majesty. As soon as the Skeleton King appeared, the skeletons and skeleton soldiers seemed to have sensed it and trembled with fear. The Skeleton King's majesty doubled the skeletons, causing all the attributes of the skeletons and skeleton soldiers to drop by 40%. Crash. The Skeleton King roared and rushed into the monster pile fiercely, like a tank crushing, knocking more than a dozen skeletons away in an instant, and they fell apart and died in mid-air. As a Lord Boss, the Skeleton King is too fierce. Although it is only level 1, its attributes are already very terrifying. Facing the Skeleton Man and skeleton soldiers weakened by the Majesty, it can kill them instantly. Even without using skills, the Skeleton King can kill a Skeleton Man with one punch, and can beat the skeleton soldiers to residual blood. Oh my god, It's too fierce. Yang Tian looked at the scene of the Skeleton King's crazy slaughter and grinned for a while. You guys come too, Yang Tian said to the three skeleton warriors and the wraiths. Hearing this, the undead also rushed over together. As friendly forces, they will not be affected by the majesty of the Skeleton King. As for the skeleton captain, Yang Tian did not let him join the battle for the time being. It had lost a lot of blood in the previous fight with the Black Knife. After all, it is not the Skeleton King. Even if it is a level 5 elite, it is far less powerful than the Skeleton King. Yang Tian put some low-level bread into the skeleton captain's inventory and said, "Captain, take some medicine to replenish your HP first." This skeleton captain has been with Master Mo Fan for many years. Although his level is not high, he is very smart. He can clearly understand Yang Tian's meaning. He nodded immediately and took out bread and started eating. The captain quickly recovered his HP and joined the battle immediately. "Captain, remember to take medicine to recover HP during the battle," Yang Tian repeatedly reminded him. The Skeleton King is extremely powerful. It has 10,000 HP at level 1, while the captain has only 2,500 HP at level 5. In comparison, the captain is far behind. But it is an elite monster after all, and Yang Tian can't bear to see it die in battle. The younger brothers are killing crazily, and Yang Tian squats behind them, occasionally using damage deepening, bone spear, and TP bone spear to make up for the kill. In fact, he doesn't need to do this at all, because the undead's killing efficiency is fast enough. Even if he squats behind to make up for the kill, it won't save much time, but it will consume a lot of mana. But he had to use skills, accumulate skill proficiency, and upgrade skills. Compared to that, what does mana consumption count for? Even for a pure control skill like Ghost Hand that does not cause any damage, Yang Tian threw it out as soon as it cooled down, just to increase that little bit of proficiency. The previous hidden task allowed Yang Tian to gain 10,000 experience points. Although he did not upgrade, he was on the verge of upgrading. Half an hour later, Yang Tian reached level 8. Hey, why haven't Xiao Jin and the captain upgraded yet? Yang Tian was puzzled. The captain was fine, but Xiao Jin was only level 1. He had been grinding for half an hour and still hadn't upgraded. "Dear Master, as a Lord Boss, the experience points required for each upgrade are very huge. I need 10,000 experience points to upgrade from level 1 to level 2, Xiao Jin said respectfully. It didn't complain at all about the name Xiao Jin that Yang Tian casually gave it. It seems that it is really sincere. I see, then you can team up with me. Yang Tian smiled and sent a team invitation to Xiao Jin. Players cannot team up with pets or summons, but can team up with NPCs. Xiao Jin and the team leader are essentially NPCs and servants of Yang Tian. After Xiao Jin agreed, Yang Tian teamed up Xiao Jin and changed the way to obtain experience points. There are 3 ways to obtain experience points for a team: average distribution, contribution distribution, and free distribution. The so-called average distribution means that no matter how many people there are in the team and how many monsters they kill, everyone gets the same experience points. The so-called contribution distribution depends on the individual's contribution to the team. Generally, the higher the damage output, the greater the contribution. Of course, MT, tank, resists monsters and pulls the monster's hatred very steadily, and can also get higher contributions. There are also priests who recover a lot of blood and save teammates from danger many times, and can also get higher contributions. Output, tanks, and nurses each have their own contribution methods. The system has a list specifically for counting team contributions. It is clear at a glance who has made the highest contribution. If you choose contribution distribution, whoever contributes more will get more experience. Generally, wild groups like to do this kind of contribution distribution. As for free distribution, it depends on the will of the team leader. The team leader can change it as he wants. Team members don't want to? Then you can get out of here. Free mode is also called the girl mode. As for the game, there are definitely more male players. Every female player will receive special care when put into the wolf pack, especially beautiful women. Many handsome guys take girls to level up. In order to please girls, they choose free mode to increase the girls' experience gain. In this way, the girls will be happy and may give them a kiss. Some open-minded girls will take the initiative to be hummed. This is not impossible. Yang Tian chose free mode at this time. Of course, he did not take the girl with him, but Xiao Jin. In fact, it cannot be said that he took Xiao Jin with him, because Xiao Jin is more powerful than him. Team leader Han Shui, experience gain 1%. Team member Golden Skeleton King, experience gain 99%. After the adjustment, Yang Tian smiled slightly. He was not in a hurry to level up anyway, so he might as well let Xiao Jin level up. You know, Xiao Jin's attributes that increase after leveling up are much more than his. Besides, Xiao Jin is his trump card, the strongest combat power. When Xiao Jin becomes stronger, he will naturally feel more comfortable. Another point is that the hidden task in Master Mo Fan's hand must be upgraded to level 10 for Xiao Jin to trigger, but it doesn't matter whether Yang Tian upgrades to level 10 or not. Of course, if Xiao Jin reaches level 10, he will definitely reach level 10. Now Yang Tian has roughly calculated that the amount of experience Xiao Jin needs to upgrade is about 10 times that of players of the same level. This is very disgusting, but considering the powerful strength of its lord, I am afraid that anyone would be willing to do it, right? After the adjustment of the experience distribution method, the effect is immediate. In less than 10 minutes, Xiao Jin has upgraded. Golden Skeleton King, Lord. Level 2. HP, 20,000/20,000. Physical attack, 350-400. Skill, Slam. Lord talent, Majesty. Tisk tisk, the Lord is really abnormal. Yang Tian glanced at Xiao Jin's upgraded attributes and couldn't help but sigh. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Super God Undead Lord. Author, B.A. Wang Shi-san. Chapter 26. Come, follow me to the cave to spawn monsters. Yang Tian waved his hand, leading Xiaojin, the captain, and 3 skeleton warriors and wraiths into the Skeleton King's ruins. Oncoming were 20 level 5 skeleton warriors. Skeleton warrior, normal. Level 5. HP 600/600. Physical attack power, 55-60. Skills, heavy attack, shield attack. Majesty. Skeleton warrior, normal. Level 5. HP 360/360. Physical attack power, 33-36. Skills, heavy attack, shield attack. Negative status, affected by the majesty of the Golden Skeleton King, all attributes are reduced by 40%. Xiaojin's majesty was almost immediate, causing the attributes of the skeleton warriors to drop and become very rubbish. Slam. Xiaojin roared and rolled over like a heavy tank. In an instant, more than a dozen skeleton warriors were knocked away, falling apart in mid-air and dying. After using the skill, Xiaojin fought with the remaining skeleton warriors with his bare hands, and he was still able to kill them instantly with one fist. Even if a punch hits the bone shield, it can penetrate the bone shield and further crush the skeleton warrior's body, killing him instantly. As the Lord Boss, Xiaojin was too powerful. In just a few seconds, before the captain, the resentful spirit, and the 3 skeleton warriors arrived, he had already killed all 20 skeleton warriors, and copper coins and bones fell to the ground. Let's go to the next level. Yang Tian smiled cheerfully, walked through the tunnel, and entered the second level with the other boys. As for the copper coins and bones, he has not picked them up yet. You should know that dropped items last for up to 30 minutes. So he is not in a hurry. He wants to go back and forth between the first level and the second level a few more times and pick them up together when the time comes. There are 11 skeletons in the second level, including 10 level 7 skeleton warriors and 1 level 8 skeleton captain. I saw a tattered, but particularly stylish red cloak floating behind the skeleton captain. Yang Tian knew that it was a piece of bronze equipment. If it exploded, it would be worth thousands of silver coins. Skeleton warrior, normal. Level 7. HP 980/980. Physical attack power, 7581. Skills, heavy attack, shield attack. Skeleton captain, elite. Level 8. HP 4000/4000. Physical attack power, 252-309. Skills, heavy attack, consecutive cuts. Majesty. Skeleton warrior, normal. Level 7. HP, 588/588. Physical attack power, 45-49. Skills, heavy attack, shield attack. Negative status, affected by the majesty of the Golden Skeleton King, all attributes are reduced by 40%. Skeleton Captain, Elite. Level 8. HP, 3200/3200. Physical attack power, 200-248. Skills, heavy attack, consecutive cuts. Negative status, affected by the majesty of the Golden Skeleton King, all attributes are reduced by 20%. Facing the majesty of the Lord, the elite has a certain resistance, but all attributes are reduced by 10%. And because Xiao Jin is the Skeleton King, he has double the majesty of all skeletons, which reduces all attributes of the Skeleton Captain by 20%. Slam. Xiao Jin roared and rushed out again, knocking 10 skeleton warriors into the air and killing them instantly. Even the Skeleton Captain flew out upside down and hit the rock wall backwards, losing thousands of blood. Xiao Jin rushed forward again, raised his fist and struck the Skull Captain's face left and right, causing 2 consecutive wounds. 399. 408. At the same time, Yang Tian also added 2 bone spears. Bone spear. TP bone spear. 503. 989. Yang Tian's damage output is also comparable. His base of magic attacks can be said to be on par with Xiaojin's base of physical attacks. As for his skills, they are naturally not as good as Crash. Slam, 300% physical group attack. The cooldown time is only 5 seconds. It can be said to be an abnormal skill in the early stage. Even the TP Bone Spear has only 220% of the magic single target attack, and the cooldown time is as long as 8 seconds. In comparison, it is more than a little inferior. Of course, Yang Tian's use of skills is definitely much more powerful than Xiao Jin's use of normal attacks. Another point is that Yang Tian is now level 8 and has 2 golden equipment bonuses, while Xiao Jin is only level 2 and is covered in some junk white equipment. Which one is strong and which one is weak can be seen clearly. Xiao Jin unleashed a wave of output, and Yang Tian added another set at the same time, dealing more than 3,000 points of damage, killing Captain Skeleton instantly. You know, this Skeleton Captain is an elite monster. If it is placed outside, a team of 10 people may not be able to take it down. Yang Tian, on the other hand, could easily kill him instantly. Of course, Yang Tian can't be said to be alone. After all, his younger brother's lineup is even more luxurious than a team of 10 people. With a bang, Captain Skeleton fell to the ground and died. In addition to exploding 2 silver coins, his tattered cloak also exploded. Captain's cloak, bronze. Level 5. Attack speed add 5%. Movement speed add 5%. Additional attributes, strength 25. Yang Tian picked it up. Although the captain's cloak was in tatters, the tatters were regular, stylish, and artistic, so the tatters would not affect its beauty at all, but were of great ornamental value. In addition, its effect is also quite powerful. It can be said that it is tailor-made for warrior professions, and it is worth more than $1,000 at this stage. Yang Tian was hesitant. He didn't know whether to sell the captain's cape or keep it. If he stays, he will definitely not use it. He is a necromancer, so there is no use wearing this cloak. So leave it to Xiao Jin? It's not good either. Yang Tian regards Xiao Jin as his trump card and the strongest trump card. He doesn't want Xiao Jin to be so cool and high profile, you know, the cloak and shoulder pads belong to the same part. If Xiao Jin with this cloak, you can't wear a cloak. And the cloak is too high profile. And to Captain Skeleton? Captain Skeleton looks perfect with this captain's cape. But Yang Tian felt that it was of little significance. Captain Skeleton is powerful, and as an elite, it has certain training value. But since Yang Tian owns Xiao Jin, he naturally doesn't care much about Captain Skeleton. After all, Xiao Jin really outclasses the captain. After thinking about it, Yang Tian finally put it on the auction house, selling it for 3,000 silver coins. You know, this captain's cloak is the best equipment for the warrior profession. The warrior profession is very popular, and the prices of weapons and equipment are also very high. Yang Tian adheres to the principle of taking advantage of others, and also sets a high price to test the water. Naturally, it will be good to sell. Even if it doesn't sell, it doesn't matter. He will slowly sell it at a lower price. After everything was settled, Yang Tian led his brothers back to the first level, and saw that the 20 level 5 skeleton warriors had spawned again, and naturally there was another massacre. You know, the third level is the level 10 skeleton commander. The skeleton commander is a boss monster with very powerful attributes. In terms of HP alone, it has 35,000 points. Basic physical attack, up to about 1,000 points, and most importantly, it has several skills. Xiao Jin is only at level 2 now and is no match for it. Yang Tian doesn't want to take risks. After all, Xiao Jin and the captain cannot be resurrected once they die. Who will he cry to then? Super God Undead Lord. Author, B.A. Wang Shi-san. Chapter 27. System, congratulations on your sin value decreasing by 1 point, and the current sin value is 9 points. Yang Tian led his brothers to the first and second levels of the Skeleton King ruins, and after brushing back and forth many times, a system prompt sounded in his ears. Calculating the time, it has been exactly 1 hour since he became a red name. 1 point of sin value, 1 hour of red name. 1 hour has passed, and the sin value has naturally decreased by 1 point. However, less than 10 minutes later, Yang Tian heard a system prompt again in his ears. System, congratulations on your sin value decreasing by 1 point, and the current sin value is 8 points. Yang Tian smiled and was not surprised. Because the sin value, in addition to naturally decreasing over time, the player's offline time does not reduce the red name time, there are many other ways to eliminate the sin value. Honor value is one of them. Killing a red-named player can get 1 honor value. And 1 honor value can clean up 1 sin value. In addition, brushing monsters can also reduce sin value. You should know that in Taixu, humans and monsters are definitely in opposition. As a member of the Dark Moon Village, Yang Tian kills monsters outside the village. To some extent, he can also make contributions to the Dark Moon Village. And this kind of contribution, when accumulated to a certain level, can automatically clean up the sin value. However, this kind of contribution is far from the high end of the honor value. It takes a full 10,000 contribution points to automatically clean up 1 sin value. Moreover, only red-named players can brush out this kind of contribution. Red names are sins, and contributions need to be brushed to atone sins. Red named players, kill ordinary monsters not lower than their own level 5, and get 1 contribution point. Kill high level monsters not lower than their own level 5, and get 10 contributions. Kill elite monsters not lower than their own level 5, and get 1000 contributions. Kill leader monsters not lower than their own level 5, and get 10,000 contributions. You can directly clean up 1 sin value. Kill Lord Boss not lower than their own level 5, and get 100,000 contributions. You can directly clean up 10 sin values. In addition, killing monsters above their level can increase contribution to a certain extent. Yang Tian and his brothers have been killing monsters for so long, and finally accumulated 10,000 contribution points, automatically cleaning 1 sin point. Haha, at the current pace, in another 4 hours, I can clean up all the remaining 8 sin points. Yang Tian smiled confidently. It is because he is so sure that he doesn't care about the red name, just kill monsters and it can be cleared. And this is only the early stage. In the novice village, there are few monsters above the elite level. When he goes to the main city to develop, Yang Tian has the coordinates of various boss monsters. Just kill them and no matter how much sin value, he can easily clean it up. After 4 hours, as Yang Tian said, his sin value was completely cleaned up, the red name on his head disappeared, and his ID was automatically hidden. Xiao Jin finally reached level 5. Golden Skeleton King, Lord. Level 5. HP, 50,000/50,000. Physical attack power, 788/55. Skills, LV1 Slam, LV1 Warcry, LV1 Shock. Lord Talent, Majesty. Warcry. After upgrading, Xiao Jin was very excited. He roared, and a golden light burst out from him, spreading over a radius of 30 yards. Within the 30-yard range, Yang Tian, the 3 skeleton warriors, and the wraith were all blessed with a buff. System, you are affected by the Warcry of the Golden Skeleton King, with a 10% increase in strength for 60 seconds. Yang Tian smiled. He couldn't use the strength buff, but the skeleton warriors could. In addition, when Xiao Jin released the Warcry buff, he also benefited. Among the younger brothers, except for the skeleton captain, everyone was blessed with the buff. Because Yang Tian did not team up with the captain, and the Warcry only worked for himself and his teammates. The 3 skeleton warriors and the vengeful spirit, as Yang Tian summons, can also enjoy the buff, but the captain cannot, unless he teams up with it. Of course, Yang Tian doesn't want to team up with the captain now. He wants to use the free mode to quickly upgrade Xiao Jin. Shock. Xiao Jin suddenly rushed into the pile of skeletons, bent down, and shook the ground with his fists, causing the ground to crack like a spider web, spreading within a radius of 5 yards, causing all the skeletons in the range to be damaged. 1380. 1420. 1392. 1419. A large area of damage appeared, and a group of skeletons around them fell apart collectively, and all were killed instantly. Shock is a group attack skill, and the range is larger than that of the slam. After all, the slam can only hit a straight line, while the shock is a group attack in a circle. Physical attack 210%. It's really powerful. Yang Tian looked at the corner of his mouth and twitched. Compared with Xiao Jin's terrifying strength, he himself is simply not worth mentioning. Ding dong, your captain's cape has been sold. After deducting the 5% handling fee, you actually received 2,850 silver coins. Suddenly, a system prompt sounded in Yang Tian's ears. He received an email, which naturally contained 2,850 silver coins. Someone wants it at such a low price? Great, Yang Tian laughed happily, and had a deep understanding of the popularity of Taegzu in the early stage and the willfulness of local tyrant players. With the money, he immediately opened the auction house again. This time, he wanted to continue to improve Xiaojin's strength. Heavy attack, warrior basic skill, priced at 3 silver. Slash, warrior basic skill, priced at 3 silver. Block, warrior basic skill, priced at 2 silver. You can directly learn basic skills from professional instructors, 5 silver each. So, even if a skill book of basic skills is revealed, the price is quite cheap. It is impossible to be higher than 5 silver, otherwise no one will buy it. Yang Tian spent less than 10 silver coins and immediately bought 3 basic skill books of warriors for Xiaojin to learn. Although Xiaojin has no profession, it can learn warrior skills. Maybe the system defaults to it being a warrior. Charge, warrior level 5 skill, priced at 300 silver. Heavy weapon mastery, warrior level 5 skill, improves the attack power of weapons such as great swords, battle axes, and heavy hammers, priced at 260 silver. War cry, warrior level 5 skill, priced at 500 silver. Yang Tian immediately bought charge and heavy weapon mastery and let Xiaojin learn. After learning 5 skills in a row, Xiaojin's combat power obviously increased dramatically. Yang Tian spent another 2 silver coins to buy a level 5 white-clad giant sword and let Xiaojin use it to activate skills. Xiaojin's attack power is strong enough, and the white-clad one is enough. Okay, it's almost time to kill the skeleton commander. Yang Tian waved his hand and led his brothers to kill into the 3rd level. Feeling the invasion of outsiders, the skeleton commander woke up from his sleep. Just opening his eyes, a strong and murderous aura spread, and even the surrounding air dropped a few degrees. Skeleton commander, leader. Level 10. HP, 35,000/35,000. Physical attack power, 1090-1156. Skills, heavy attack, continuous collision, and a gamble. Super God Undead Lord. Author, B.A. Wang Shi-san. Chapter 28. Majesty. Xiaojin seemed to be provoked and could not help but roar. The terrifying majesty suppressed the skeleton commander. The skeleton commander trembled, took a step back, and almost couldn't help kneeling. But it didn't kneel down after all. It had its own king, the owner of the site. After the death of the skeleton king, it was responsible for guarding the gold treasure chest. Of course, the treasure chest had been opened by Yang Tian, it had disappeared long ago, and it would take a long time to refresh. And the next time it was refreshed, the things inside would not be as good as the first time. The first kill of the boss, the first clearance of the dungeon, and the first opening of the treasure chest, the rewards are the most generous. Wooden boxes, ordinary treasure chests, can be seen everywhere and refreshed n times a day. Of course, opening this kind of treasure chest usually only costs a few copper coins, and it is best to have white equipment. After being opened, the black iron treasure chest will be randomly refreshed within 1 day. After being opened, the bronze treasure chest will be randomly refreshed within 3 days. After being opened, the silver treasure chest will be randomly refreshed within a week. After the gold treasure chest is opened, it will be randomly refreshed within 1 month. Since the gold treasure chest is randomly refreshed within 1 month, then 1 day, even 1 hour, 1 minute, 1 second, all belong to 1 month. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to open the gold treasure chest within 1 second and refresh it immediately in the next second. This kind of thing is possible. However, Yang Tian played for 5 years in his previous life, let alone seeing it with his own eyes. He has never even heard of such a situation. It can be seen that this probability is so low that it is almost non-existent. Affected by Xiaojin's majesty, the attributes of the skeleton commander immediately decreased. Skeleton commander, leader. Level 10. HP, 31500/31500. Physical attack power, 981-1040. Skills, heavy attack, continuous slash, collision, and one throw of the dice. Negative status, affected by the majesty of the Golden Skeleton King, all attributes decrease by 10%. Facing the majesty of the Lord, the leader has a very high resistance, but all attributes decrease by 5%. And because Xiaojin's majesty doubled for all skeletons, the skeleton commander's all attributes dropped by 10%. Wraith. Yang Tian took the initiative to summon the Wraith and made it fly towards the skeleton commander. Swish. The skeleton commander's expression did not fluctuate at all. With a sweep of the blue steel broadsword, he split the Wraith in half. The Wraith burst into a tragic scream and died. Ghost Hand. Yang Tian's mind moved, and with a click, the ground under the skeleton commander's feet cracked, and a dark ghost hand with a dark breath stretched out from the crack, grabbing one of the skeleton commander's feet tightly, making him temporarily unable to move. Facing a moving enemy, long-range skills generally have a low hit rate. Because this involves high-end consciousness and some predictions, and even requires some luck, even a god-level high-level player dare not say that he will hit the target every time. So while the skeleton commander has not started to move, Yang Tian decisively handed over the ghost hand and controlled it. Bone Spear. TP Bone Spear. 366. 695. Yang Tian used two skills in succession and dealt 2 damages. Because the skeleton commander has some magic defense, Yang Tian was able to deal such damage, which was not low. However, the skeleton commander's HP was very high. Yang Tian dealt more than 1,000 points of damage, but only caused the skeleton commander's health bar to drop slightly, which was negligible. War Cry. Crash. Xiaojin roared and crashed like a heavy tank. The skeleton commander was hit hard and flew backwards, tearing off the ghost hand that was entangled with it. 2,470. While Xiaojin dealt huge damage, he instantly attracted the skeleton commander's hatred for Yang Tian, and then the two sides began to fight. The two giant swords sometimes chopped each other, and sometimes clashed, with metal roars and sparks flying. Skeleton warriors, charge. Skeleton mage, blast. Yang Tian chanted for 2 seconds and summoned 3 skeleton warriors and 1 skeleton mage. He ordered the 3 skeleton warriors to charge forward, leaving the skeleton mage to release skills and attack remotely. Skeleton mage, normal. Level 8. HP, 500/500. Magic attack power, 89-102. Skills, Dark Fireball, Dark Blade. The level 8 skeleton mage carried a bone staff and a black cloak. He didn't wear the hood that came with the cloak, revealing his bald head, which looked a bit funny. But its damage was quite fierce, and one skill could throw out more than 200 blood points. The skeleton commander's health was too high, so Yang Tian could only consume it slowly. After a few seconds, the 3 skeleton warriors were killed by the skeleton commander, and only Xiaojin was fighting with it in the front row. Yang Tian and the skeleton mage hid in the back and consumed it in a wretched way. As for the captain, Yang Tian did not let it join the battle. It had no ranged skills and could only be in the front row. But it could not withstand the skeleton commander at all. It would be embarrassing if it died. Xiaojin and the skeleton commander fought hard, and both sides lost blood rapidly. But Xiaojin's HP was higher, and Yang Tian and the skeleton mage were consuming him in the back, which made the skeleton commander's HP drop faster. After a few minutes, the skeleton commander only had a little HP left. A gamble. The skeleton commander seemed to feel that his life was coming to an end. He suddenly shook Xiaojin off and strode towards Yang Tian. With a shake of his arm, the blue steel broadsword let out a clear sword cry, and then came out of his hand, with a harsh sound of breaking wind, and soared towards the sky. Fortunately, Yang Tian had already taken precautions. The skeleton commander just made such a long-range attack. Yang Tian had been on guard, and immediately rolled on the spot, dodging the giant sword perfectly. The next second, the thrown green steel broadsword automatically returned to the skull leader's head. It was about to take off and pursue Yang Tian, but Xiaojin bumped into it first, knocking it unconscious this time. Collision and slamming have a certain chance of being dizzy. 2390. As a huge amount of damage appeared, Yang Tian conveniently added another one to increase the damage. 1195. Bone Spear. TP Bone Spear. 336. 701. Yang Tian unleashed another series of outputs, beating the skeleton commander to a pulp, and he was still in a dazed state, ready to be slaughtered. Xiaojin raised his white giant sword, struck twice more, and finally killed the skeleton leader. As the skeleton leader died in battle, in addition to dropping more than a dozen silver coins and a skill book, his stunning blue steel broadsword also exploded. Blue steel broadsword, silver equipment. Level 10. Physical attack power at 189-223. Strength at 80. Additional effect, armor breaking, ignoring 30% of the target's physical defense. Can throw, special skill level 10, can be learned by all physical output professions. Throw the weapon in your hand angrily, causing 500% physical penetrating damage. The attack range is a straight line, cooling time, 30 seconds. Skills in Taigzu are generally divided into 3 levels: common skills, rare skills, and special skills. Ordinary skills are the common skills of all major professions. Rare skills are TP enhanced skills. Of course, some non-TP skills are also rare skills. Common skills and rare skills are generally limited to a single occupation. As for stunts, most of them are not restricted to occupations, such as skeleton creation technique, or many occupations can be learned. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Super God Undead Lord. Author, B.A. Wang Shi-san. Chapter 29. Good stuff. Looking at the blue steel broadsword and the special skills, Yang Tian's eyes were red with excitement. At this stage, silver equipment is extremely rare and the price is also very expensive. Any level 10 silver equipment is at least 10,000 silver coins, and this blue steel broadsword has a great effect. Yang Tian estimates that someone will want it even if it is sold for 50,000 silver coins. As for the special skills, it is even more expensive. Yang Tian estimates that if he sells these two things, he will get nearly 300,000 RMB. But he doesn't want to sell them. It's okay for garbage equipment, but if there are good things, Yang Tian is willing to keep them for Xiaojin. Of course, Xiaojin's level is not high enough now, so Yang Tian collected them. Next, Yang Tian and his brothers continued to swipe monsters and upgrade in the first and second levels. Elites and above are all boss monsters, and their refresh rate is about the same as that of treasure chests. So Yang Tian doesn't need to go to the third level at all, because the skeleton leader will not refresh for a long time. The same is true for the skeleton captain in the second level. As an elite, it will be randomly refreshed within 3 days. Xiaojin's upgrade is too slow. Let me upgrade first. When I reach level 10, I will take it to the dungeon. Yang Tian touched his chin and pondered. There is only one dungeon in Dark Moon Village, and it is a level 10 dungeon. Only players at level 10 and above are eligible to enter. Upgrading by brushing the dungeon is very fast, because in addition to the experience of the monsters in the dungeon, you will also get extra experience points after clearing the dungeon. If Yang Tian brushes it alone, the experience points will be amazing. If Xiaojin wants to upgrade from level 5 to level 10, it will probably take several days to brush monsters on the ground in this hidden map. and if Yang Tian takes it to brush the level 10 dungeon alone, it will be very fast. The monsters in the level 10 dungeon are all level 10 or above, and Xiao Jin can also receive experience bonuses. And there are extra experience points for clearing the dungeon. Of course, Xiao Jin is only level 5, and it cannot enter the level 10 dungeon by itself. But Yang Tian can put it into the pet space first, and then release it after entering the dungeon. This is a very high-end operation. Okay, let's do it. Yang Tian lit a cigarette and held it in his mouth, and then began to modify the team's experience acquisition method. Team leader Han Shui, get 99% experience value. Team member Golden Skeleton King, get 1% experience value. After the adjustment, the effect is immediate. Xiao Jin can kill a group of skeletons with a fierce collision, and Yang Tian's experience value increases like a tide. A few hours later, Yang Tian reached level 10. At this time, Yang Tian can leave the novice village, choose the empire, and go to the corresponding main city. But he obviously won't leave. Master Mo Fan has a hidden task in his hand, which is related to Yang Tian's job transfer to the Undead Overlord. Only after completing this task can Yang Tian leave the novice village. But the trigger condition of this task is Xiao Jin reaches level 10. Okay, Xiao Jin, Captain, you guys go kill monsters here first, I'll leave for a while and come back to find you later. Yang Tian looked at the time and it was already 8:30 in the morning, so he told Xiao Jin and the captain and went offline. After washing up, Yang Tian came to the living room. Lan Yu's blue cat Xiao Feng had already prepared breakfast, so Yang Tian went to the table and started eating. By the way, boss Lan Yu, I think we can hire a nanny to take care of our 3 meals a day, so that we can devote ourselves to the game. Yang Tian took a sip of porridge and proposed to Lan Yu. Hearing this, Lan Mao Xiaofeng was silent, and Lan Yu also frowned and said awkwardly, full-time nannies are very expensive. Since you can cook, Yang Tian, I will give you an extra salary. Isn't that good? Lan Yu was born in a wealthy family, but this time she chose to enter the game development without the support of her family, and was even opposed. No matter how much money her family has, she can't get it, so she can only use the savings she has accumulated on weekdays. And these savings, she has to pay rent, pay salaries, and invest in games. It's really very restrained. Oh, I'll hire a nanny and pay the salary, Yang Tian said with a smile. He has already earned 3 million, and paid 300,000 to Huang Xiaolong, and there are still 2.7 million, more than enough to hire a nanny. Even if he leaves the Blue Moon studio now and moves out, he still has to hire a nanny. But now he suddenly doesn't want to move out. People are always a kind of social animal, sometimes really need some friends around to avoid loneliness. What's more, there are 2 beautiful women in the studio. It's impossible for Yang Tian to say that he has no idea about the 2 beautiful women of Blue Moon and Blue Cat. It's a man's nature. Wow, Yang Tian, you lied to me. Didn't you say you were desperate? Are you the illegitimate son of the boss of a listed group, deliberately hiding your name, but actually rich enough to rival a country? Blue Cat's beautiful eyes were shining with stars, and he said with a brainwave. Yang Tian immediately frowned and said calmly, that's not the case, I just made some money playing games. Hearing this, the 3 were shocked, and Xiao Feng was the most exaggerated. His hand shook, and the porcelain bowl fell on the table with a clang, and all the porridge spilled. Yang Tian said that he made money playing games, which shocked the 3 people as much as Yang Tian admitted Lan Mao's imagination. Even more. Impossible. Xiao Feng lost his composure and yelled, what a joke. Yang Tian, you just entered the game yesterday at noon. If your level exceeds level 6 now, I lose. How can you make money? Oh, sorry, I'm already level 10, Yang Tian said lightly. You're dreaming, Xiao Feng said angrily. Even Lan Yu and Lan Mao began to re-examine Yang Tian's character. If you don't believe me, check it out. Log into the official website of Takezu with your mobile phone, enter ID query, and enter Muddy Water. Yang Tian smiled. Hearing this, the three were shocked again. Will ordinary newcomers really pay attention to the official website? And Yang Tian seems to know Takezu's official website very well. Check it out. Lan Yu gestured to Xiao Feng. Xiao Feng didn't believe it, and immediately took out his mobile phone to log into Takezu's official website. After checking Muddy Water, level 10, the rest of the information is not visible. Xiao Feng's mouth twitched, and his heart was in a mess. Taking Xiao Feng's exaggerated expression in her eyes, Lan Yu's curiosity gradually rose, and she urged, "How is it?" Xiao Feng glanced at her, but did not reply. Instead, he turned his head to look at Yang Tian and said sarcastically, "Tisk, who knows if Han Shui is you? You can just reveal a level 10 ID at will." Yang Tian rolled his eyes and was too lazy to explain. Looking at Yang Tian's expression, Xiao Feng blushed. He also knew that his doubts were a bit far-fetched. Everyone lived under the same roof, and Yang Tian had no reason to lie about this. Because it can be found out at any time whether it is true or false, is Yang Tian willing to be slapped in the face just to pretend to be so powerful? In other words, Xiao Feng has already believed in his heart that Han Shui is Yang Tian. A terrifying existence who has just entered the game for more than 10 hours, but has already reached level 10. Super God Undead Lord. Author, B.A. Wang Shi-san. Chapter 30. Wow, Yang Tian, you are a master, Lan Mao reacted, her cute little face flushed with excitement. She stretched out her hand to grab Lan Yu's arm and began to shake it desperately. It seemed that only in this way could she slightly ease the excitement in her heart. But in this way, Lan Yu's heart also trembled slightly. She couldn't imagine how much profit such a master could bring to the studio. It's just luck. I accidentally completed a hidden task, which gave me some advantages over most players in the early stage. Yang Tian smiled slightly. Hearing this, Lan Yu's beautiful eyes sparkled, as if there were stars twinkling. Yang Tian said luck, this answer was a bit low-key, quite a master style. But in this way, she couldn't tell whether Yang Tian was real strength or luck, and couldn't help but open her mouth to test. Yang Tian, can you tell me how much money you made yesterday? Don't worry, I won't ask you for a commission, and the studio doesn't have such a rule. Fearing that Yang Tian would misunderstand, Lan Yu immediately added a sentence. It shouldn't be a problem to hire a nanny for a year, Yang Tian said lightly. In fact, although the salary of a full-time nanny is not low, it is only 5,000 or 6,000 a month at most, which is only tens of thousands a year. And he made 3 million, not to mention hiring a nanny for 1 year, it would be no problem to hire a nanny for 30 years. But making 3 million overnight is really a bit scary. Even if you look at the world server, I'm afraid few people can do it. Yang Tian didn't want to make such a high profile, so he chose to conceal it. However, even though Yang Tian has been as low-key as possible, it still surprised Lan Yu and the other two. After playing the game for a day, Yang Tian reached level 10, which is already very amazing, and he also earned enough money to hire a nanny for a year, which is terrible. Lan Yu's face flushed with excitement. She has always wanted to ask a master to help the studio develop, but she is short of money and can't take out any extra money. It's just a thought. Who knows, Yang Tian took the initiative to deliver it to the door. This made Lan Yu's attitude towards him suddenly much friendlier. Then, Yang Tian, I agree that you want to hire a nanny, but I will pay for it. I founded the studio, and there is no reason for you to pay for food and accommodation. But Yang Tian, since you are so powerful, I hope you can make more contributions to the studio. When you are at a higher level in the future, I hope you can lead us, Lan Yu said. Oh, Yang Tian couldn't help but look up to Lan Yu. Not greedy for small gains, looking to the future, very insightful. It must be said that those children born in wealthy families have seen the world since childhood, and they are likely to produce waste and talents. They have higher vision and farther vision. It can be said that they are standing on the shoulders of giants, which ordinary people cannot reach. Lan Yu is young, only 20 years old, but she has already had a high level of ideological awareness. To be honest, if Yang Tian had not lived again, he might not be able to compare with her, but now, it must be crushing. Okay, I have no objection. Yang Tian nodded in agreement. After breakfast, Yang Tian took the salary card given to him by Lan Yu and went out. There is 10,000 yuan in the salary card, which is used to pay the nanny's salary. Every month, Lan Yu will be responsible for depositing some money into it. Go to the bank first, then go to the nanny company. Yang Tian quickly stopped a taxi on the roadside, got in the car and said to the driver. The motorcycle started. First came to the bank. Yang Tian also applied for a card and deposited 2 million yuan at one time. He plans to return home to his parents in a few days. His parents have worked hard for him all their lives. He failed to fulfill his filial piety in his previous life, and he must make up for it all in this life. Nanny Company. According to the manager's introduction, full-time nannies are divided into many models. Some are dedicated to helping take care of children, and some are responsible for food hygiene. Yang Tian naturally chose the latter. There are single day off, double day off, and no day off. Yang Tian chose a single day off, which means that the nanny has one day off every Sunday, and the monthly salary is 6,000. Then Yang Tian began to select people, and finally he chose a slightly plump middle-aged woman. The woman's face was rosy and blessed, and Yang Tian liked it at first sight. Aunt Li, is it okay to go to work today? After a conversation, Yang Tian also knew the name of the nanny. No problem, young master. Haha, don't be so reserved, just call me Xiao Tian. Yang Tian laughed and took Aunt Li away from the nanny company. Yang Tian and Aunt Li got off the car in front of the supermarket closest to the dormitory. Aunt Li, let's go buy some ingredients, let me taste your cooking skills. Yang Tian smiled and went to the supermarket with Aunt Li to shop. After finishing, Yang Tian and Aunt Li came out with big and small bags. Yang Tian suddenly saw a familiar figure on the square opposite. It was none other than the thief from yesterday. It's really a narrow road for enemies. Yang Tian curled his lips. He was about to ignore it, but he accidentally found that the thief was blocked by someone. The thief slowly retreated, limping as he walked, and he was afraid that he had suffered a serious injury. Hey! Yang Tian sighed, put his things on the ground, told Aunt Li to wait for him for a while, and then ran towards the square. You bastard, you stole my wallet. I caught you this time. Where can you run? Brothers, beat you up. The three young men blocked the thief. The leader yelled, and they surrounded the thief and beat him up. Stop. Yang Tian has the abilities of the characters in the game in reality. He is very fast. He can run 100 meters in a few seconds at full speed and shout at the three people. This bastard stole your things, he deserves to be beaten, but you beat him like this, you should also vent your anger, right? Also, how much money did he steal from you? I will pay it back for him, Yang Tian said loudly. You pay it back for him? Accomplice. Damn, brothers, beat him up for me, I despise thieves the most in my life. The three people roared, gave up the thief, and rushed towards Yang Tian. The three of them were young people, they didn't care about the money, but they really couldn't stand thieves. Yang Tian also understood this point, so he didn't do anything ruthless, but just parried and blocked, and used his strength to remove the attacks of the three people. Aren't you his accomplice? The leader saw that Yang Tian was so powerful, he was simply a martial artist, and couldn't help asking in confusion. That's right, how could a martial artist associate with thieves? Don't joke, that guy stole something yesterday and I caught him in the act. Yang Tian shook his head and laughed. Brother, you really misunderstood me. I'm sorry. I really can't stand thieves. The leader touched the back of his head awkwardly and said with an open-minded look, brother, you don't have to pay back the money. It's only 200 or 300 yuan. It's none of your business. We beat him up and now we can vent our anger. But brother, I have to advise you, this thief, a dog can't change its nature, so you have to beat him to death. The more tolerant you are to him, the more he will be a thief.